Buenos noches, amigos. La presentación de esta noche es la película de 1945, Los Tres Caballeros.
Nice.
Like we said, this is the 1945 Walt Disney animated presentation combined with live action animated musical propaganda film promoted by the Walt Disney Studios, released by RKO, and it premiered in Mexico City on December 21st, 1944. It was released in February, on February 3rd, 1945, and then in the United Kingdom on March 2nd, 1945. This film, in particular, marks the 10th anniversary of Donald Duck and plots an adventure through parts of Latin America, which combines traditional cell animation with live action. And this will be the second in the series, the 6-package series, Walt Disney feature-length films, which started with our couple films ago presentation of Saludos Amigos. And it's also notable, this film is very notable for having such a huge combination of live action and animation together simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
What's also fun is that, as we've said, it's Donald Duck's 10th anniversary, and the film stars such notable Latin singers as Aurora Miranda, which is the sister of Carmen Miranda, and Dora Lutz, as well as singer and dancer Carmen Malia. So, all very, very cool stuff. As most of us know, this was a direct product of the El Grupo tour of Latin America in 1942 by Walt Disney and his chosen team of animators and artists that went down and promoted the State Department's Inter-American Affairs Board, which promoted the ideas of the United States and North America to our ABC friends, which are Argentina, Brazil, and Chile, in addition to also visiting Mexico. And what's really cool is that while we got to meet Jose Carioca in Saludos Amigos, we get introduced to a new character today, and that is Panchillo Pistoles, which represents the great country of Mexico.
Who's on your shirt?
Which is, yes, I am actually featuring Panchito tonight because he's my favorite character in the movie.
All right, let's go to the trailer. Wait, is that not premiering?
What?
Overhead graphics. There you go. Hang on. I don't know why that just started. Do it again. I understand. It disappears when I'm here and not when I'm not.
Yeah.
What's up?
Take your mouse completely off the screen.
It is.
Oh,
There you go.
there you go.
No wonder I thought she looked familiar.
She does such a good job interacting with the animated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Carmen Miranda's sister. Such a catchy beat.
Much like these other trailers, they're just like it's like a clip.
Snippets of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I noticed like the one thing throughout this whole movie, they must have had some kind of stand-in for animations because she was
Probably,
looking
yeah.
right at certain things, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
she's doing a good job."
Mm.
And just the way they mixed it in, like certain scenes where the cartoons overlapping, or then live actions overlapping, or sometimes both in the same scene. It's got to be tricky to do back then,
Oh yeah. It was
especially
really cool to do. Yeah, it was really cool to see.
if they're still using the three playing cameras or whatever. I don't know how they do that, mix it in, but you would have to have like the backgrounds moving with the live action, process later into it. I mean, that's can't be easy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Silly editing required to bring this to fruition.
Mm.
But like
'Cause
I was going to say, remember that
they really mixed the live action, isn't it? Properly.
What was that?
This is the first time where you can really see them mixing the live action
Yeah.
with the animation, rather than it being a bit of one and a bit of the other.
Right.
Yeah.
This is like properly mixed together where they're interacting with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything previous, it was like part of it, and then like so like the Reluctant Dragon, it was like just a cartoon, and then where this, like Shaz says, it's all intertwined, which is cool. So
Loose.
And clearly, it's a lot more difficult to do it in Technicolor than it is in black and white. Because again, as we know, Disney's experience with live action animation goes back to the Alice comedies back in the 1920s.
Yeah.
And this is where they cut their teeth with the integration piece. And then we get to see the evolution up to right now, the apex being this film. And of course, it's only going to get better as we see with Mary Poppins in another 20 years from now.
Yeah, and Bedknobs and Broomsticks after that.
And Bedknobs and Broomsticks in another 6 years after that. No, 7 years after that. Right.
Mm.
When did they stop using the triple plane camera? Do we know?
I think either the Rescuers Down Under or Oliver and Company.
Yeah, it was late 70s, early 80s.
Really when they transition over to computers.
Right.
Like with Little Mermaid, they don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
They stopped using it. Yeah, Little Mermaid in 1989.
Wow.
I
wouldn't even have thought they would have gotten that far.
Made obsolete in 1990 with the implementation.
Yeah, because I mean, you can tell, like in the Rescuers, they're using the triple pane. In the Fox and the Hound, they're using triple pane. In the Black Cauldron, they're using triple pane. You can all see it. I mean, it's all Oliver and Company, Great Mouse Detective. You can all see the triple pane being used.
So it's pretty much the start of the Renaissance.
The Renaissance.
Yeah, the Renaissance. Yes.
Yeah. Which is,
Little Mermaid was the first one, wasn't it? At the Renaissance.
Little Mermaid was the first one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Little Mermaid. Then
I'm waiting for Steve to tell us we're saying it wrong, because we say it the English way, which is different from the American way. Look at his
It
face.
sounds like you're saying Renaissance.
Renaissance. Renaissance.
Like, what's that?
Renaissance.
Sounds delicious.
Who's Renee and where can I get it?
That's during the Renaissance.
The Renaissance Fair. Yeah.
That's what the Renaissance Fair is for. It's where we go to eat.
Renaissance. Yeah.
No, I would have thought that we would start. I know computers weren't that great back then, but I know they did like pretty cool stuff early on, like Tron and all that.
Yeah,
sure.
I would have thought they could have taken graphics like backgrounds and mixed them together, but
earlier than they did.
Maybe they didn't have to because they still had the triple coding. Just worked.
Yeah.
Well, remember that they're doing all this development into computers by 1978, and like we get to see this with the Black Hole in 1979 with the introduction animation sequence, right? Which is the first motion picture to feature computer graphics in it, right? And I remember at the time they said it cost like something like $2 million just to animate that piece of the Black Hole. And
Wow.
it was a crazy amount of money. And like Roy E. Disney almost lost his shirt on it.
Mm.
But like Tron
Neither
didn't
here nor
cost
there.
that much.
No, but that's because Lisberger, who made it, clearly knew how to economize and was a lot better filmmaker than the Disney company wishes to acknowledge.
Mm.
I mean, Lisberger's a genius, but that's just my personal aside.
Well, I mean, I know this is not about Tron, but what they did in Tron has never been repeated. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. But that's 40 years in the future, kids.
from
It'll be a little while before we get to Tron.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll tell you what. Hang on, what film number is Tron? Where's my other brand?
Way in the future, that's what that is.
I'm gonna say like 75.
What film number 75?
Yeah. Like overall.
Tron's 2000, isn't it? Tron Legacy's 2010.
Well,
Where's Tron?
No, the original Tron's
Where's your
1980.
Tron? I was gonna say 89 one. 82.
Oh, no, it's 82.
No.
Tron is film number 32 on our list, Zach.
No, okay. I was a bit far off.
No, we're almost 1/3 of the way there.
Yay.
Almost.
Yay! I get to watch.
This is number 9. And to take us up to Tron Ares, which is the current next release of these movies that we will be reviewing, that's number 104.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little while.
A few years to catch up.
Yeah, we got a bit to catch up.
I mean,
It
we can
gives
go
us-
faster and start doing these every week, but then, we'll run out of content.
Yeah. Can't rush perfection, Jay.
Push it out.
Well, I mean, we got like Universal stuff to do, like other Disney movies. Was there anything else that stood out really to you guys in this?
The music, the colors, it was
Choreography.
it was a beautiful presentation. You could really tell that it was something different to what Disney have done. It wasn't made for the American audience. It was made for the South American audience, and you can really tell that with like the colors and the research that went into it, with like the music and just the passion as well of it, was like having those two characters to represent different parts of the world, of having like Panchita and Jose Carioca was it's cool to see that they've done that. I mean, they could have easily put Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy all together with Donald. You know what I mean? But they didn't. They chose two newer characters that were part of that world that people can resonate with, and it just makes it that even more special.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting that they were birds and they, we have Donald, so.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it sets Donald aside, like that's Donald's own kind of story alongside with, away from Mickey and the Fab Five or the Fab Six, it's his own kind of like story alongside that, which is cool.
Right.
His other little group of friends,
Yeah, he has more than one group of friends, Donald.
He has more than one group of friends, which is good. It means he's a popular
It
little
should be.
dog. Look at him.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's an
Then
angry little.
we get to see other
He is
great
angry.
characters.
Yeah.
We get to see other great characters in this film, like the Arachon bird, which is the one that causes the most comic relief because he's doing all those tricks and antics, causing much of the consternation of both Jose and Donald.
Yeah.
And then my favorite segment of the film is Burrito, the flying burro,
Yeah, I like that.
which I think is like some of the coolest animation in the film.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because it's like they literally evolved from Pinocchio with the Pleasure Island scene, and they slap a couple of wings on that Joker, and all of a sudden he's literally off to the races.
Yeah.
And it's a great film.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is.
At least that segment of the film is pretty great. I mean, definitely my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I really enjoy this film, and like you all were saying with the music, that samba beat really ties everything together.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah,
it really
it is,
just kind of groove.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, absolutely.
But Sam was known to do that. So yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
You're quiet. What did you like about this movie? Or not like?
No, I actually liked it. It was a lot of fun, and like Zach and Louis were saying, the music I think the music tied everything together.
Yeah.
So
was this your first time watching it, Steve? Have you
it
seen
is
it
my very
previously?
first time watching it. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I actually liked it. So
Good for you.
I would go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a bit of a hidden gem because unless you know it's there,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you're-
Yeah.
or you know
I
about the
never-
ride. Well, I mean, we'll get to the
Yeah,
ride.
so
and
you
you know
guys
about the
have-
ride. Most people don't know about this movie because
Nope.
it's not. I mean,
It's
yeah,
a
it's
hidden
on
gem.
Disney Plus,
Yeah.
but it's not
But-
something that's advertised regularly. It's not something that's been shown on TV regularly.
No.
No.
Well,
It's
like,
just
you
there.
you guys have the ride there at Epcot, and
Yep.
Yeah, the Grand Fiesta tour. Yeah.
I never knew. I would see them like they incorporated it in It's a Small World,
right.
Mm.
you know, but I never like put two and two together who they were or what they
Oh.
were or anything. I
Oh.
just thought they were just random
Characters.
characters,
Yeah.
that they stuck in, and I never knew the backstory of the parrot or the little gunslinger guy. I don't know their names.
Panchito.
Yeah, Panchito, the one you have on your shirt.
Right.
So it was actually kind of cool to watch how they evolved to what they are now. So
I mean, there's some
the little-
people that don't even know that there's a ride inside that pyramid, inside the Mexican pavilion, which
Yeah.
is
Oh
great.
no.
Well, I mean, I've only been there once, but I didn't know there was a ride in there.
No.
Oh.
And that ride and that restaurant is like our Blue Bayou or Captain
Yeah.
Jack at Disney
I
World.
would agree with that.
Because you
statement,
get
absolutely.
to see the boats go past, and it's such a beautiful atmosphere. Like the lights are dimmed. You've
Yeah,
got
kind
all
of
of these,
big sunset.
all of these like Mexican vendors with like authentic kind of like things.
Yeah. And then,
Handcrafts.
And I'm pretty sure it's all like smaller vendors, right? It's not all Disney owned.
No.
it's-
They are-
There's a lot of.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole
It's
purpose of the
Mexican.
whole.
Yeah, the whole purpose of the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
They have,
it's just gorgeous. It's so
authentic
cool.
merchandise or whatever.
Like that hustle and bustle in there is so cool. I really like it.
But when I first rode that ride, I remember like trying to find this movie because I had
Yeah.
never seen it either. And I mean, besides like trying to go like rent it, I couldn't find it.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
I did end up watching it later on something,
Mhm.
but I think this is like the second time that I actually seen it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
See, the first
Yeah.
time I saw this film I was 14 years old in Spanish class, and we saw this after we saw Saludos Amigos. And
Oh,
the
cool.
first time I saw this film was in Spanish. I didn't see it in English. So,
Mhm.
and so I had to go look it up. And by then it was available for home video rental. And I rented it for like, I don't remember, $2.50 or something like that at our local video store. And took it home and watched the English language version, which I understood a heck of a lot better. And yeah, ever since I've loved this film.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's a great movie. And I mean,
Yeah.
and even despite the fact that it's broken up into segments, each of the segments has a message, and it's a positive message, and it's a cool message. So, yeah, I mean, like for example, like the Penguin, which is the first segment, and you find out about how much he doesn't like Antarctica.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he chips off that iceberg, that little part of the iceberg, and like heads out to like the Galapagos.
Mhm.
And then we get to see him at the end where he got his suntan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. And then we move into like the Gachito, which is about the flying burro.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, we get to Steve's favorite part with Bahia, which is about Brazil and about the state of Bahia, which I think is near Sao Paulo in Brazil. And that's where they do all the dancing in those dancing buildings, like we watched. in the
Yeah.
trailers. It's really, really fun. And then of course we moved to Mexico with Las Posadas, which is the story of Mary and Joseph, which is narrated by Panchito.
Yeah.
And he talks about the how Mexican children at Christmas time go from house to house and people say no posada, no shelter.
Yeah.
And it's all to teach the kids about the suffering of Mary and Joseph on their way to birth Christ in the manger. And then of course they have the celebration of the party, and that's a real like I didn't before I watched this film, I didn't even know any of that stuff existed in Mexico. But turns out it's like a big cultural deal for all these Mexican children to do that. Because as you know, it's a huge Roman Catholic country, so a lot of people are very devoutly religious, and this is like a big deal in the last part of December, first part of January.
During like the Epiphany type of area.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
And like they have like the Three King Day on January 6th.
January 6th.
When the three kings arrive in Bethlehem to worship the Christ. So yeah.
Did they have like about that event? Did they have like a house that was? You're the one that's going to allow them in, like, or is that?
Yes. It was normally like a larger like house or like a social hall where they would say, come in, pilgrims, come in and rest, and then they would have their party. And I mean, it's just like as Panchito describes it in the film.
Did the
and again, I learned that in Spanish class. So yeah.
Did the kids know which house?
No, they do not.
Oh,
it's a mystery up until the point where the people say, "Come in, rest," help us celebrate.
That would probably make it a lot funner for the kids.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And it's like I said, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
In like the social calendar of the year down there in like traditional Mexico.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then the next one obviously is the flying carpet sequence where they fly around Mexico City and Acapulco. And they learn about like the cliff divers and all that good stuff like that too. So
And of course that totally reminds me of Aladdin.
Yeah.
Flying around.
Especially in Phil and Magic, because when he does fly on the magic carpet.
Oh yeah.
It reminds me when I watched that bit for the first time, I was like, oh, that looks like when he's in the Three Caballeros. Flying on the thing that gets me about this film is you don't realise what a lech Donald is for the women, for the girls. He's always for the girls.
Yeah.
Who knew? He's such a gigolo.
Yeah.
Ongoing thing with
Hey, it's before he got hooked. He got hitched down with Daisy,
Yeah.
This was waiting before Daisy's time.
She's the reason why he's so angry.
Yeah.
Probably. He can't be a free spirit anymore.
I'm not gonna go there.
Donald the Bachelor.
Is there any parts of the set anybody didn't like or want to change? Because I don't think I have any, to be honest.
Not really. No. I mean, it was really well done throughout.
Really well, even though it's a bit, all the different bits work and it all kind of flows together really well.
Yeah.
I kind of like that because, it wasn't just one long thing about teaching something. It was 3 or 4 actually separate actually more than that, right? 2, 3,
there are
5,
7 segments in the film.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, they're all broken up in the way they, like you said, the way they kind of flow together.
Yeah.
Like the book.
Well, if you watch them separately, it wouldn't make much. It wouldn't make any difference.
No, because when they've had like Disney programs on a Sunday in the UK, they've had bits of these. Like they've had a section, like the Flying Donkey part has been a section on a Disney program, and so that you can just show one bit of it in isolation, and
which is where I know Panchito and Jose from those little segments.
You've seen them,
shown on TV,
Yeah, and now that I think back, I probably have seen the Flying Burrow.
I know it
before I've seen the whole movie.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that in school.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but the one thing they should have done, because how popular now these characters are, is why didn't they make a number 2 or number 3, or kept going with these characters? They
make shorts with them.
Yeah.
Well,
or there is I was going to say there is a series, isn't there, on Disney Plus now?
There is.
Not yet, but I know that both Jose and Panchito have been featured in House of Mouse.
Yes, they have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they didn't make another animated movie release.
Film? No, not a feature.
No,
not a
movie,
feature
but
one.
I'm sure there's a TV series because when I was looking for it, let me look. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
I guess they're having a good time at Shaz's house.
Don't know what's going on with them, but whatever it is, she's happy.
I'm just getting Disney Plus up.
I was doing that too.
You know.
Because it looks
wait, you know what? I take that back. There is
For those, I don't speak Spanish, so
Me neither.
there
I know what
but I look like I
No
speak.
hablo no español.
The Legend of the Three
there is a
Caballeros.
television series which is a spinoff of DuckTales called The Legend of the Three Caballeros.
That's what I was seeing. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
it features all three of them.
that existed.
There is one season with 13 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Wow.
And so that's very much like a sequel to the original film.
It very much looks like DuckTales the way it's drawn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love DuckTales.
Woohoo!
Thanks, Zach.
I don't know if that's Scrooge or if that's what's his name, the dog. But it says Mount Fuji with. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check these out.
Yeah.
This was it was 2018.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
Pretty recent then. Well, recent-ish.
Yeah,
7 years.
just before the.
Look, 2018 is not 7 years ago, Zach. It was like a couple of years ago, all right? It's like,
Yes.
Yeah, just like COVID was
1980 isn't that long ago either.
Like COVID was
Right?
last week, right, Zach?
last week. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
It's crazy.
Inherit a magical atlas and travel around the world, battling mythical monsters.
Oh,
Interesting. Sounds good.
gonna give it a
Shall we give
watch.
that a go? Yeah, give it a watch. Give it a
Oh my
watch.
God,
give
it
it a watch.
sounded like
give it a
you
watch.
then.
Oh.
What was horrible? It sounded like Zach. Quick, I'll have to say moist.
Ah!
Sorry.
Ah.
Sorry.
I don't know. Looks like there's one of them that joins them.
What a new Caballero.
Well, I mean, there's like a taller woman warrior that's in a few of the episodes, but she doesn't.
So you can't have 4 Caballeros.
Well, right. So it says here that there's Donald Duck and there's Jose Carioca, Panchito, and there's the woman, though the female Duck
Xandra.
is Xandra, who's the
Goddess of
goddess
adventure.
of adventure. Yep.
There you go.
And then
You sound like fun.
And what's cool is this series also has April, May, and June in it. If you know who April, May, and June are, those are Daisy's nieces.
Daisy's nieces, yeah.
And if
Like
like
you-
you've ever seen the big flow chart of the Donald Duck family tree, they're in it. So yeah, like all us Donald Duck fans, we get pretty crazy over the whole Duck family tree thing.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. And then you have and then the Araucan bird is also in the series.
Mhm.
And then you have new characters, one called Baron von Sheldgoose, and the other one named Lord Feldrake Sheldgoose, and they're the villains of the TV series. They're like, I don't know, evil sorcerers or something like that. So
Interesting.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have to give it a watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's cool that they've done something recent with them then.
Yeah.
Well, clearly, as both of you have talked about, is the enduring popularity, especially in Latin America,
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
characters. Clearly, there's a market for it. So
Yeah,
why
of course. Yeah.
not- Why not, cater to the market for not only spreading the Disney brand, but also for additional revenue? Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll get onto the ride, but the ride's really popular at Epcot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. It is really
Even though
popular.
they're like theming the Mexico Pavilion to be more Coco based, there has been no talk for them updating that ride because there would be
An
Well,
uproar.
a
riot.
riot.
no, they
You're
were
right,
going to
it's
do
true.
that.
Yeah. Then there was a riot. So now they are not.
Well, now we're going to get it.
Yeah.
So the pavilion has got more Coco. It's got a lot more stuff about Mexican culture.
Day of the Dead. and
Yeah.
all
Yeah, the Day of the Dead and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But they've not touched the ride. They won't touch
No.
that ride.
No.
In fact, they've updated the ride. And put
It's been
I
recently
was when
updated.
I went, it wasn't quite working all the way. There was
no, they've updated it significantly. All the fireworks
which is such a
things work
cool
now. Yeah.
All the animatronics were updated as well. So
Sure.
We need to do a ride through.
Yeah, we
I've
should.
never
It's
done it.
it's
should.
Yeah,
really
we should do. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool. In fact, it's so cool that when I took Em to Disney World for the first time, I think she was 6, we rode it 7 times in a row.
In a row.
And you know what
In a
though?
row.
The wait time is never that long for it either, considering it's so.
Because we went in
quick.
February half term when it was quiet.
Yeah.
Like it was very quiet
Yeah.
because it's cold for Floridians in the middle of
Yeah.
February.
Mm.
We literally just got off and walked back on it again 7 times.
That's what I mean. Even when I was in it in August, like when I was there in August, it was a 5-minute walk on.
Well, the boat rides always take up a lot of
people.
People
yeah.
rides.
Yeah, but my boat wasn't even full, and it was still like.
Well, but that's going back to what we just said. Not many people know there's a ride in there.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that there's a ride in there, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's not like it's advertised. I don't think it says, "Hey, there's
Well,
a ride in there."
You read the guidebook. You know it was there.
Sure.
There's a when
If
you
subscribe
go
to this channel, you know it's there. That's right.
Yeah, but you're right. There's nothing outside the pyramid.
No, there isn't. No,
there's no like.
It's only
Everything
when you go in that you see it says there's a sign in there that says the Grand Fiesta Tour.
The Grand Fiesta Tour. Yep.
Mm.
The only thing that's out there is people climbing up it when they're drunk.
Yeah.
That's true.
Which there happens a lot in Epcot because it's one of the only places you can like drink yourself stupid in.
People like to drink around the world. It's like, no, you're ruining your vacation. Stop it. Don't be stupid. I like to have a drink. Y'all know that, but like, don't be dumb. You know what I mean?
So is there a lot of? Are you going to talk about the merch next?
What merch?
Actually, first I was going to say,
There is
I
not.
actually got something on this. I actually got a lot on it.
let's just really fast. This is going. Did you show this to your kids, Lewis?
Yes. I showed it to my kids and my grandkids. They love it.
Okay.
Unlike
Because I think kids would
Los
like it.
Amigos, they actually love this film.
Mm.
Like they all watched it from beginning to end. And
Oh,
they
good.
loved it. So
Nice.
finally,
Because it's in
it
little
worked.
Yeah.
Do you
Granddad
think it has
did
a lot to do with the
good.
music?
Pardon?
Mm.
Do you think it has a lot
Oh
to
yeah,
do
it was
with
definitely the music that tied things together. That and that it had guns in it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the grandkids love guns. So yeah.
Fair.
I think Em's favourite part when she watched it when she was small was the flying donkey bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the end bit, you know, when they're all together and they're all doing stuff, and the three of them
Right.
doing things together, because that reminded her of going on the ride. She watched this after we'd ridden the ride. Because she said, she knew Donald Duck. She was like, where does the rest of it come from? And I'm like, oh, it's on a film. We'll watch the film. So she watched it. And she was like, yeah, I like that. I like the end bit because it's all like.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless her. That's cool.
Yeah. But 7 times in a row. I mean, I really like this ride, but 7 times in a row was just a little bit too much, even for me.
I mean, yeah.
How old was M at that point?
5,
Oh,
6.
7, 8, 9.
No, 5 or 6. She knew what she wanted. When we went back again 4 years later, when she was like 10-ish, we rode it a couple of times. No, we did do it a couple of times. We did it both times we went to Epcot, and I was like, "You really like this?" And she was like, "Yeah, I do like it." And I'm like, "We're not going on it straight away again." She's like, "No, we'll ride it another time." So that's all right. So we did that. She wouldn't go on test track though. No.
Oh,
what's wrong with that track? Too fast.
Too fast for her. She'd ride it now.
She might like Radiator Springs then.
Yeah.
Yet she flew on an Airbus, which goes faster than that GM piece of junk.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She's laughing.
She's laughing again.
Yeah.
But the same trip, we also rode Star Tours. I think 15 times when we were there.
Oh.
The 2 days we went to Hollywood Studios, we rode Star Tours 15 times.
That's all right.
Because she likes it. She likes Star Wars almost as much as I do. And it was when they just released the revamped version with all the different endings.
Yep.
So we obviously had to keep riding it to see what endings we got. But when she likes a ride, we ride it a lot. Doesn't matter if it's the same ride or it's got different bits in it. We ride it a lot because that's a little specialtismness that we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot of rides. I mean, Pirates doesn't change every time. Haunted
No,
Mansion
Pirates
doesn't change every time.
No, we've ridden that 5 times in a row before now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would stay on Haunted Mansion until they kick me off if I could.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
The beauty about Disneyland Paris, if you go at night and it's quiet and you're on and you're enjoying yourself, the cast members ask you if you want to stay on and go around again. So we always say yes. And we say yes until they tell us we have to get off.
The park is closing. Get the fuck out.
But on Pirates, you get on Haunted Mansion, you get to go to where it comes back around. So it's like all behind the scenes or whatever.
Or in the case of Steve, they forget about you.
That was Pirates.
But the good thing about when you get on the Paris Haunted Mansion on the disabled part is you're at the bit after they kick you off. So you're in like the no man's land
Yeah, that's what
in between. So Sam and I
fine.
usually get on there. We get on in no man's land and then go all the way around and then get off where they kick you off normally.
Right.
So we've done a whole lap of it at least twice.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Now we can talk about merch and theme park.
Oh, cool. Okay. Right. So, on that note, so the big place you can get merch, like in the middle in all the world, is actually a place at the Coronado Springs called Panchito's Gifts and Sundries.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Okay.
In other words,
so if you know where the Coronado Resort is here, Coronado Springs Resort here in Walt Disney World, yeah, that's the place to go. And they have a bunch of Panchito merchandise of all crazy things in the world because clearly it's his shop.
Right.
So that is the place to go in the Disney system for.
It's near Disney Springs, isn't it? Coronado.
Yeah.
Coronado Springs Resort.
Yeah.
I think it's in that part. Yeah, it's in that part of the resort. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's across the road from Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's the conference center there and stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's a huge, massive resort,
is what it says. So,
which is close to
close to Disney
Disney
Springs.
Springs anyway. Yeah.
Right.
Because when I was there, it didn't take me long to get down to like Disney Springs. It took me like 10 minutes on the resort bus to get down there. So wasn't that far out. Oh, that's crazy.
So yeah, that's the place, and yes,
so
there is like merchandise.
So is it just Panchito, or is there any Jose or any Jose merch anywhere? Any Jose merch anywhere? Any Jose merch anywhere?
Well, you saw my shirt when we did the Saludos Amigos. So I mean, there is stuff, but it's definitely at Panchito's like Gifts and Sundries. That's the place to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I have got in Epcot.
Oh yeah, there's also like in the Mexico Pavilion.
There is
Epcot Center. There's also other merchandise associated with the film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in the main,
you can get plushies of Donald, Jose, Panchito, and the Aracuna bird. Those are all available at the Mexico Pavilion.
Yeah, you can get Mexican Donald.
They're also available at Watt at Disney Springs, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can. You can get a fair bit at Disney Springs. They do shirts. They do plushies. You get pins, obviously.
Right, pins. Yep.
There's not a huge amount.
Yeah,
but it's out there. So that's good. Then that's good.
I mean, it would be really cool if they do a popcorn bucket or something, or a super sipper.
Yeah.
Occasionally, at a special event, they'll have the 3 of them out. So it's a meet and greet.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember my footage of the party that I did, MCMPZP, and I showed the video of the 3 Caballeros doing their bit during in front of the Cinderella's castle. I think it was like the mini mini Very Merry Christmas like dance party,
Fireworks.
whatever.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
And they were all there doing their thing. So yeah, they definitely make a costume appearances. So that's cool. And I know on the West Coast in Anaheim, they also are featured in parades and things like that.
Yeah, I've seen them in a parade before now.
Yeah.
And then
Not often. It's usually a special parade. If they're doing something to celebrate something special, you'll get them.
right.
The three of them together, but not.
Of course.
You don't see them often, do you?
No.
More
I've
rare
never-
birds, if you will.
I've never seen it.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Never.
I think when they did the Disney 100 Day at Disneyland Paris, I'm pretty sure they were in the 100 characters that they had out. But you couldn't meet them. They just were out.
Well, they
We're
are
out,
featured. They are featured in the cartoon Disney 100.
Well, rightly
All
so,
three of them.
because
All three of them are in the cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
rightly so. You know.
Just like the Reluctant Dragon was featured.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. But as far as like,
You can
as far as that
you
goes,
can
I
meet-
mean, yeah,
Donald in his Mexican gear, shocking enough in
Absolutely.
Mexico.
in
I've
Mexico,
got pictures with him.
I have several pictures of me and
Yeah, I've got
Donald
pictures.
Duck.
It's one in my front room
Right.
with me and him.
Yeah. Oh.
He's really cool.
Was he wearing a poncho or something?
He's wearing a poncho and he has his hat on sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's see. If
Actually, can I send a picture through chat?
Yep.
Is that possible?
Sure.
Okay, let me send you a picture of me and my family with Donald Duck.
Well, you just drag it on the screen.
Oh,
You
I can
can't.
do that?
'Cause you have to be a thingy.
Oh,
A thingy.
well then
That's right.
no,
I'm not a thingy.
text it to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that too.
You have to be a host, is what I was meant to say, not a thingy. You know what I meant.
You have to
It's all good.
To
I'll
be
be
a
a thingy.
thingamajig.
It's all good. Yeah.
I need to find
Okay,
photo pictures that we get.
All right. Let me
27th
do this
of
real
November.
quick.
I actually have a few from when I was down there in 2002 or 2005.
Oh no, that was at Coe Lake. Where's? I've got some pictures of me and Donald's Mexican Donald somewhere. I can't find them.
This is the actual outside.
Head. Yep. You go in for that little hole,
Yes, you do.
and there's a sign there that says not to climb up the pyramid, please.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, don't put steps on it.
You know.
It's an Aztec pyramid. It's going to have steps on it.
This is Sabrina when she was 6. Right outside. That's her grandfather. He's the one that passed months ago.
Oh yeah.
I should probably get my picture. My pictures are printed out and it's on the wall in the front room.
Yeah.
This is what
So
we're
I just
actually
sent
on.
Steve.
It's kind of the same boat as Pirate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very similar.
This photo sucks, but it kind of shows the dinner restaurant from the boat.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
But you can definitely see the dark
gorgeous.
Donald.
Really dark in that pyramid.
Yeah.
It is really dark. It's gorgeous.
Yes,
That's why I say
yes,
it reminds me from what I've seen of like the Blue Bayou. It's our Blue Bayou at Disney World.
It's
That's
darker
exactly
than
it.
the Blue Bayou.
Oh, it is. Yeah, but that's the kind of vibe that they're going
I
with.
haven't eaten in there, but I've had friends that have eaten in there that said they've had to eat by phone light because it's so dark and you can't see your
Yeah.
food.
These are like the performers. And Serena wanted to take a photo.
That's
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Very cool.
That's all I have of that.
All right, so I sent you that picture, Steve.
I need to go and find. If I can't find it, I'm going to go and get it off the wall.
Or Jason, excuse me.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm just going to go and get it off the wall anyway.
Oh, there he is. Let me drag that off. Oh, that didn't work. Let's see.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Wrong company, but it's okay. Actually, Zach does a pretty mean Shaggy, so yeah.
I do pretty good. I do a better scuba.
Oh yeah.
I do remember seeing
You
him
can
dressed
see how the sombrero is very oversized.
Yes, yeah.
Mine's all shiny. I need to move it.
Oh,
And they sell sombreros there.
yeah, they do. Yeah,
They sell sombreros there.
At the the pavilion.
In Mexico,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah.
The pavilion.
Those
And
big
what
ones,
about
like he's wearing.
ponchos?
Here's
Poncho?
mine. Oh, let me shine it.
There you go.
No, I think that looks very cool.
Yeah, Emma's young.
Awesome.
Tiny she is.
Yep.
Thank.
She was
crazy.
so cute.
Well, you're almost as tall as Donald. That's
Is that-
crazy.
Let's say
What
2011.
What happened?
2013, that one.
Oh, 13.
Yeah,
Wow. Crazy.
I know.
Good times.
Do you have any photos? Just kidding.
Yeah. I'll Photoshop some photos.
Yeah. We can do AI now. We just
Yeah, just
We've got some of me and Sam with him, but I can't find them. I've put them somewhere safe, never to be seen again.
yeah.
Clearly.
I don't know. I was going to say I don't know if I've got any video pictures of me with.
I love Mexican Donald. He's really cool.
Yeah, he's great.
But he sounds the same, right? He doesn't have an accent when he.
No, of course he doesn't have an accent.
Rolls his cracks.
La.
Any more production or release notes?
Right. So I was just gonna mention about that. So we talked about it the what do you call it, the first release of the film.
Mhm.
And then so it was also released on April 15th, re-released on April 15th, 1977. And the film was edited significantly in a featurette form at 41 minutes long to accompany the reissue of Never a Dull Moment, which is another live action film. And then on television, it premiered on Disneyland on December 22nd, 1954, before the big opening of Disneyland. And but that varied from, instead of Donald's birthday, it was supposed to be Christmas. So hey, whatever, right?
Hmm.
And then our home media releases are as follows: November 19th, 1982 for VHS and Betamax, October 6th, 1987, and October 4th, 1988 for VHS, Betamax, Laserdisc, October 28th, 1994 for VHS and Laserdisc, part of the Masterpiece Collection, 1995 Laserdisc Exclusive Archive Collection, May 2nd, 2000 VHS and DVD, Walt Disney Gold Classic Collection, April 29th, 2008 DVD Classic Caballeros Collection, and January 30th, 2018 Blu-ray 75th Anniversary Edition. 2-movie collection. So, box office. The film returned rentals to RKO by 1951 of $3,355,000, with $1,595,000 being generated in the U.S. and Canada. And the film also generated in excess of $700,000 in Mexico. So it made a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
Good on them.
Nice.
It was better than Snow White.
Yeah.
The current Snow White. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to mention that thing.
It says here it maintains a 84% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes based on 19 reviews with an average score of 6.5 out of 10.
Nice.
Pretty good.
And it says it's one of the more abstract creations. And Three Caballeros is a dazzling colorful picture that shows the company at an artistic acme.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Wow, that's some fancy words there, acme. Indeed. And it was nominated for 2 Academy Awards. Sadly, didn't win. One was Best Scoring of a Musical Picture and Best Sound Recording. And then it was also nominated for the Golden Lion at the Venice International Film Festival. Sadly, did not win. But there you are. So those are our awards. Okay, we talked about release, home media release. Yeah, good times. So, yeah, that's pretty much all the news that was fit to print. I mean, I don't know if we're going to go into ratings or what have you.
I don't know if we have anything.
We've talked about park presence. We've talked about merch.
Things we like.
So clearly it's available for people that want it. It's not like so obscure that you got to like
Right.
make your own stuff. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Like Victory through Air Power, so yeah.
All right. Ratings it is.
Jazz, you ready?
You got the thing pulled up? Shaz?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Who wants to go first?
What was our rating from last the Saludos Amigos?
Saludos amigos. Jason gave it a 4.5. Me, you, and Zach gave it a 4, and Lewis gave it a 4.7.
Out of 10, right?
Out of 5.
Out of 5.
Out of 5.
All right, what do you give it, Chaz? You go first.
I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's the way they mix the animation and the live action is so good, considering it was made in 1944.
Yeah.
It's just, it's great. I really like it. So I would give it a 4.5.
Yeah.
And the music is fantastic in it. Just works.
Yeah. Lewis?
5 stars.
Yeah, fair.
Great
fair.
film.
It is one of your favorites, so
It is one of my favorites.
Mhm,
So it's going to get the 5-star treatment.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably do.
It's gonna be better than your 0 that you gave last week's one. So,
Oh, absolutely. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'll probably give it a 4.5 as well. Like the way the music blended in and the live action, considering this was probably the first. It was the first time they've done like live action with like animation stuff like that. It just blended in so well. And you've got these characters that were just like who were synonymous with like parts of the park now, and they've got a park presence and stuff like that, and I think it's special that it's not Mickey and Goofy and Donald. Like it's Donald and 2 national representations of the South Americas, which makes it even more special. And the music's beautiful, the animation's really good, so yeah, 4.5 for me.
Steve.
Me?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I liked it. I like, how it went from Saludos Amigos to this. And I think I give it like a 4. I want to do more than Saludos Amigos because of what this made, and so I'll do a 4.25.
4.25.
Yeah. So not yet 4.5, and
4.25.
it's better than a 4. So 4.25.
Okay. 4.25 it is.
4 and some change, yeah. Jason.
I've been trying to think about it. I mean, it's up there. I can't think anything bad about it, so I'm just gonna give it a 5.
Sweet.
Yeah. Like I literally can't think of anything I would change. So
No.
It's that good.
it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Wow. Well, that has an average of us of 4.65, which means it's our second favourite so far of the movies we've watched, only beaten by Bambi.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Fair.
But we are only on number 9 so far.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets better.
A lot more 5s later.
Oh,
I think we're gonna have to raise our scale from 1 to 10 rather than 5.
Well, I mean, you just cut your regular.
Yeah, that's
scale
why I
down.
had to add a 0.5 to mine.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. It's on top. It's just whatever you want. I just think there's going to be a lot more 5s coming.
Absolutely.
No, I think so. Yeah.
Well, when we get down to some of the other ones, there's going to be a lot of less than 5 too.
Yeah, it's going to be very fluctuating. So
I'm sure there's going to be a few that we all vote 5s on. So.
Oh, absolutely, for
I'm
sure.
there
There's got to be.
I can tell you one that there isn't going to be one. Chicken Little, because Zach does not like that at all.
Fucking hate Chicken Little.
Well,
See, told you.
I mean, that wasn't a very good It was okay.
Nah, you know what's good about Chicken Little? The soundtrack. You know what's shit about Chicken Little? Everything else.
Tell me you don't like Michael J. Fox without telling me you don't like Michael J. Fox.
I love Michael J. Fox. I cannot stand Chicken Little. It's a pile of junk. But anyway,
Michael
Michael J. Fox is fantastic. He's great, but no.
He's running around telling everybody the sky is falling.
Well, I know that, but I know that from like Warner Brothers
The
cartoons.
sky is falling. Shut up,
Not
mate. Go
Disney.
play baseball, you stupid chicken.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, though. So,
No, we're not there.
oh,
and we've got a long
Already
time.
patching it.
We've got a long time before we get to my favourite Frozen.
Oh yeah.
yeah, 2013. No.
I'm going to make a new movie called Melted.
And
the
Jason
bar
was
is
going
ice
to produce
cream.
Moist. That's the movie he was going to produce.
It won't be frozen anymore, Zach. It'll be moist.
Moist.
It's got
Would
itchy.
you like to build a puddle of water?
That's right.
That's going to get a big fat
Starring
zero.
Sharon Bellamy as Shazasaurus. That'd be all right.
Just read Godzilla and smashing snowmen. Smashing
Okay.
ice cream makers.
Has to stand on a dwarf step to reach the buildings.
I need more than a bloody dwarf step, wouldn't I?
Not if you're not if you
I'm about 5'7" with standing on the dwarf step.
what, as a dinosaur.
Yeah.
She's a dinosaur with dwarf syndrome. It's fine.
It's all right. Raptors are only the size of chickens, right?
Yeah.
All right. I think that does it for this one.
Yes, sir.
We're just at an hour.
Woohoo!
It won't be an hour by the time
Not
you
too-
butchered it.
Yeah, not too much editing for you to do.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Comment below. Let us know your thoughts on this movie, whether you would like it or not. Tell us what you would rate it. And then let us know. We already said that. Anyway.
Have you finished?
Yeah, I gotta get them out.
Welcome, everyone.
Buenos noches, amigos. La presentación de esta noche es la película de 1945, Los Tres Caballeros.
Nice.
1945.
Muy bien, Louis. Muy bien.
It's like King Kong, 1945.
Yeah, turn it off and turn it back on.
So,
Me?
You're the chosen one.
I think it's some
Just for a change.
There
No,
we go.
not me.
That's better. Are you going to do it in a Mexican accent?
Put it on the pile of other stuff.
Well, howdy
Bring
there,
out.
little man. Welcome to our fantastic show here tonight.
That's like a cowboy.
Cowboy.
What the hell is that, Zach?
I don't know.
If I try to do a Mexican accent, I'll just like offend them.
Andy, arriba, welcome. The three caballeros. ¿Por qué? Por favor.
I'm trying to do like Speedy Gonzales. Arriba, arriba.
Yeah. Arriba.